One of the greatest guitarists of all time, and a huge inspiration for all who witnessed his power, Jimi Hendrix was never shy about his love for the Beatles. He not only covered their song Sgt. Pepper with the group in attendance, but paid tribute to the band whenever given the opportunity. The Who and their songwriter and bandleader, Pete Townshend, weren't quite as accommodating to the band when they broke into the business. The guitarist of that outfit was much keener on lambasting the band, once denouncing them as lousy. However, in 1964, Lennon and the Beatles released a song that undoubtedly inspired them both, I Feel Fine. Released on Beatles for Sale in 1964, I Feel Fine was mainly composed by John Lennon and read like one more of the footsteps taken by the group to break out of their boy band image. But the real point of interest comes from one of those beautifully spontaneous moments of creative ingenuity. Speaking in 1994 about the song, Paul McCartney noted, "John had a semi-acoustic Gibson guitar. It had a pickup on it, so it could be amplified. We were just about to walk away to listen to a take when John leaned his guitar against the amp. I can still see him doing it. And it went, wah! And we went, what's that? Voodoo. No, it's feedback. Wow, it's a great sound." It's a moment that few can recall as the recorded birthplace of guitar feedback as a part of a song or musical piece. George Martin was there, so we said, "Can we have that on the record?" recalled Macca. "Well, I suppose we could. We could edit it on the front." It was a found object, an accident caused by leaning the guitar against the amp. It would be a moment of musical history that would shape sounds of the golden age of rock. Throughout the 1960s, bands and artists such as Jimi Hendrix and The Who would use the alien sounds they had heard on this song to breathe new life and dynamism into rock and roll. Later, John Lennon would claim the landmark as a part of the Beatles' rich legacy. This was the first time feedback was used on a record. "It's right at the beginning," he told Hit Parade in 1972. Lennon clearly understood that he and the band had captured something seismic during that session as he tied together the song around the opening, feedback-laden riff. During Lennon's notorious 1980 interview with Playboy, Lennon went one further to suggest that the song had inspired the likes of Hendrix and The Who. "That's me completely, including the guitar lick with the first feedback anywhere. I defy anybody to find a record, unless it is some old blues record from 1922, that uses feedback that way. So I claim it for the Beatles. Before Hendrix, before The Who, before anybody." The first feedback on record, Lennon is likely correct to add a caveat to his claim. Feedback usually being an accidental occurrence while using such equipment means there are arguably many records that captured pieces of feedback before. However, the Beatles recognized the sound as an innovative piece of expression, and this was the influence and inspiration they shared when the group decided to keep the electrical interference as part of the song and album.